Hi everybody, how is it going? What is up? I thought today that we could just do sort of a little chill video. I haven't done one of these in like a hot minute. It's been a while. I feel like I don't just sit and talk to you guys and just chat about like things that I have, you know, feelings and opinions on. So I thought maybe we could do that today. I will forewarn you that I am using like natural light, so I might have to like adjust the light as we go today, but I just thought, let's just make something chill. Let's just chat. The videos are not always going to be this deep, I will say that. This one just is because I just feel like I have a lot to say on this one specifically. So I've kind of combined a lot of topics into one video, but definitely they won't always be this deep. If you guys want me to talk about somebody's new hair and how much I love it, just let me know. So I also just want to premise this video by saying that this in no way is going to be a preachy video. I know by the title and the things that are in the title, it's easy to think that this would be somewhat preachy, but I assure you that it's not going to be. The objective here today is to share my journey with you guys. If you guys are on the same journey or maybe you are struggling a little bit, I hope that my journey can help inspire you. So I kind of want to just start this off giving you guys a little bit of background information on myself. I currently eat a plant-based diet, and now a lot of people won't know like the difference between plant-based and vegan, so I just kind of want to like off the start just kind of explain that. So it's the same thing as vegan. I eat the exact same thing that vegans do, but veganism is more, it's a lifestyle. It's not just what you put in your body. It's like your everyday choices. It's like the makeup you use, beauty care products you use. It's everything. It's the clothing you wear. It affects more than just what you eat. So at the start of my journey, which was in May of 2016, which that's about like 3 years ago, that's when I went vegetarian. And I kind of felt like there was this like lack of compassion in the community. I'm not sure if it was like the community itself, but just surrounding the whole like vegetarianism, I felt like there was this like lack of compassion. Rarely was I ever like complimented for like not eating meat, like, oh, good on you, that's amazing, like great job. Or like my achievements, like, oh, you haven't eaten meat for this long, that's amazing. It's not that I was like fishing for compliments, it's not that I wanted them, but at the same time I was receiving like so much negativity that it was kind of hard to not think that. Like, why is no one like telling me that this is a great thing what I'm doing? Why is everybody like so negative about this? So it was kind of just hard for me to look at it any other way. All I kept hearing was, you aren't doing enough. And that's where I really want to start this video off, because I want you guys to leave this video knowing that even the small steps that you are taking towards animal welfare are amazing, are worth it, are valued. If you have recently gone vegetarian, I want you to literally stop what you're doing and throw a party for yourself. If you did meatless Mondays this week, like that is amazing. I am so proud of you. Like, thank you for doing that. If you have stopped drinking milk, like that is amazing. Congratulations. That is so cool. Keep up the great work. Know that the small steps that you are taking are making a difference. I think that oftentimes people forget that we cannot inspire people by tearing them down. So like the biggest thing for me when I went vegetarian, and I was so proud of it and I like posted it on social, all I got was go vegan. That's what that like, and it was a lot, and especially when I first kind of like it wasn't about great job Tasha, you're doing great. It was go vegan, and it wasn't like in a kind way that was just like, wow, that's so great Tasha, I hope that you will consider going vegan one day. No, it was, I would do videos and I would use like dairy products in it, or I would use like eggs in it, and it was like, oh my god, you're disgusting, I can't believe you're eating hens periods, oh my god, I thought you cared about animals. And like it got as nasty as like, you have dogs, I cannot believe that you would like treat animals like this. And it got so bad that I literally had to flag comments that used specific words so that they wouldn't get posted, because it was like affecting me mentally and emotionally. And I truly felt like I was being bullied into being vegan. Every single day I was like, you are not doing enough. And it was during that time that I went vegetarian that Freely, which if you guys don't know who Freely is, I don't know what she's doing anymore, but she was a YouTuber or is a like social influencer who is vegan and is into fitness and like does videos about being vegan. And fitness. But she was also making a ton of bullying videos where she would call out specific large influencers, and she would make a video specifically about them with like a pretty, like, oh my god, so-and-so eats hen periods, and it'd be like a photo of them like photoshopped. And like in this video, it wasn't like she was sitting there and talking to the person, educating them. She was literally like bullying them, like calling them fat, putting down the way they look. So if anyone wants to tell me that those videos were not bullying videos, I won't hear any of it, because that's what they were. Her videos were like really big at the time. So that, with like all the comments I was getting on YouTube and Instagram, just like my whole social world felt like it was just like there to bring me down and not there to like lift me up or encourage me or educate me. It was just a lot of negativity that was like surrounding me. And so guess what? I didn't go vegan. Why? Because bullying people into living their life a certain way does not work. And if it somehow does, 90% of that time, like, those people will fail and they'll end up going back to their old ways because they made their life decisions based upon what other people wanted them to do. On my channels, on my socials, if someone comes to me and says, "Hi Tasha, like, you've inspired me, like, I've gone vegetarian," or "Hi Tasha, I have eaten vegetarian for an entire week, I feel great," I am going to say, "Congratulations, that's amazing, keep up with the great work, if you need any help, let me know." I am going to lift you up. I'm going to say, what a great job you have done. It's important that we remember to offer support, encouragement to those people around us, our friends, our family, and, you know, the people that are following you in your social world. Educating and bullying are two very, very different tactics. So I think we as people, me, you, everyone, needs to realize which of those we are doing. Show your friends good vegan food. Show your friends good vegetarian food. Take them to like really yummy restaurants. Those are the tactics that are going to work in the long run. They will make a huge impact. And maybe the next time your friend goes to the grocery store for milk, they will pick up oat milk instead of cow's milk. And maybe the next time you guys go out to eat, they'll be like, "Hey, you want to go to that like really good vegan restaurant that you took me to that one time?" This has literally happened countless times with my friends and my family in my life. Countless times. To the point where I have friends and family that no longer drink cow's milk. That's the way you do it. That's what works in the long run. If I were to yell, "Go vegan," at my friends and family every time, there's no way they would be drinking oat milk right now. There's just no way. Know that I'm proud of you, know that you're doing a great job, and know that like all of your small steps truly are making a difference. Don't let anyone tell you you aren't doing enough. Okay, so in October of 2017, I decided to start a plant-based diet. So at this point in my life, I had been dating Jordan for like 7 months. And for those of you guys that don't know, Jordan, my fiance, has been vegan for 6 years. I was primarily eating vegan food when we were together. So I just decided like, okay, well, let's give it a shot. The reason why I never considered going vegan before is because I had no idea that there were all these amazing alternatives. And now, because he had like shown me all of them, I was like, okay, well, this might not be as hard as I once thought it was going to be. He was loving and supportive. He tried to make the transition like as easy as he could, and to the point where he would like call ahead to restaurants like that I was going to for brand trips, write out a menu of like what I could eat or what to ask for or what to ask without, to have that meal without. It wasn't the angry vegans that were yelling at me and telling me to go vegan. It was the kind vegans that were supportive and informational and educational that convinced me to go vegan. So throughout my journey to eating plant-based, I also became more environmentally aware. I switched the focus of my like fast fashion based videos into more like environmentally friendly, like thrifting and shopping vintage and all that sort of thing. And my care for the environment really stemmed from my love of animals. As you guys know, I have 2 rescue dogs. My love for like secondhand clothing recently flourished because my style changed and it's much more accommodated in this market of like thrifting and vintage and secondhand. Because I was doing it, I became aware of like just how good for the environment shopping secondhand is. And I was like really proud of myself for that. So I was like honestly 90% shopping vintage secondhand. And I was like really strict on myself at the same time throughout that whole period. I thought like, okay, I can only buy like thrifted clothing, or I can only buy like from sustainable brands. So I was shopping from like Spell a lot. Winter came and I'll be honest with you, I was freezing. I had no winter clothes. I wasn't having any luck thrifting them. I just couldn't. Like, I found like a couple sweaters, but I was having no luck with pants, and it got really tough, and I thought, okay, well, I'm having a lot of trouble doing this, like, and I felt like giving up. Now, this point of me feeling like giving up, I'm gonna come back to you in a hot second. I started a online vintage shop, and if you guys don't know, it's called Solely Pieces. My main hopes for starting Solely Pieces were to keep items out of landfills, so get them off the shelves in thrift stores where they're often like lost in like a huge crowd of random things, put them in a nice place, photograph them nicely, and show their potential. Also, of course, like share my love for vintage with my subscribers. And then number two, I wanted to be able to make donations to animal shelters like all around the world. I have 2 shelters that I donate to regularly out of my own pocket, but I wanted to be able to make a difference in a wider range of shelters throughout the world, and I wanted to be able to donate more. By starting the store, I have the funds now to donate to many shelters across the world, from Missouri to the Bahamas, so thank you to everyone that has supported the store and purchased something from the store. It really, truly means the world to me. You can actually view the list of shelters that we have donated to on the website, and if you guys have any specific shelters that you want to add to the list, then just send Solely Pieces a DM on Instagram. That's pretty much like the best place to do that. So I guess I felt a little bit, I don't know, I felt a little bit like a hypocrite because I needed to buy new clothes, but I was like, no, you're supposed to shop vintage, you're supposed to shop vintage, and I had this huge thing over my head that was like, you can't buy anything brand new, like you just, and I felt that way because of the people surrounding me, and I again found myself making choices based on what other people are doing and how other people are living their lives. And you have to know, just because your favorite YouTuber is shopping 100% sustainably, which is very, very expensive, and thrifting, it doesn't mean that that's going to be right for your lifestyle, because you might not make as much as so-and-so makes thousands of dollars a friggin' week. That might just not be the right thing for you to do. So then you feel guilty because, you know, you go out and buy something from a store that, you know, isn't sustainable, and then you feel, and again, you're living your life for other people. And I just want you to know that because you went out and bought something from a store, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't take all of that amazing things that you've done for the environment, for animals, it doesn't put all of that down the drain. And I found that a lot of my subscribers were coming to me with this mindset, and it literally like broke my heart, because I'm like, you are doing so much more than the average person is doing in their day-to-day lives, and you're feeling this way. So winter came and I went out and bought some clothes from Oak and Fort. I found a store that catered to like the style that I liked and the clothing I want, and I went out and bought a couple sweaters, a couple pairs of pants, and I was set for the winter. And I kind of realized that, again, I shop sustainably like 70% of the time, and the other times I don't. And I don't think that you should, you know, freeze your butt off for the winter because you can't find something that you like that's sustainable, because when you are purchasing sustainable clothing, like, it is very expensive. So you need to buy things that you're loving. You don't want to just spend all this money on something that you're never going to wear. You want to make sure that those pieces of clothing you are going to wear for a long time. And that's pretty much brings us back to the things that I did buy from Oak and Fort. So those things were pieces that I knew I was going to wear all winter, and I have been rotating them like crazy, getting lots of wear out of them. And I'll touch on this again coming up about buying things brand new and when I think it's okay to do that. But just know that you are not a failure because you bought something brand new that maybe isn't from a sustainable company. We all just have to remember to put our best foot forward, and you can't freeze yourself to death because you can't find something from a thrift store that, you know, you're gonna wear. Let me just kind of go on a little tangent. On my journey to lead a more environmentally cautious lifestyle, it kind of crossed paths with my plant-based lifestyle. When I posted this on Instagram, a lot of you were stuck and confused in the same sort of sense that I was. And honestly, it's the reason why I decided to make this whole video in general. And that is, and I'm just gonna read off of my phone because I have a bunch of like answers from you guys, is purchasing secondhand leather better than supporting vegan leather brands? So here's what some of the stuff that you guys said was: Buying secondhand leather does not contribute to the animal agricultural industry. It is far better for the planet from both a waste and production standpoint. That was from Eco Jude. Next, by purchasing secondhand leather over vegan leather, you are not contributing to the production of additional materials that will end up in landfills or back in thrift stores. That was from Danielle Neary. She also said that something about buying secondhand leather, it makes me feel as though the animal's life wasn't completely wasted. Sad, but true. By the way, vegan leather. Pretty much pleather. It's leather that is not real. This one comes from Haley Strange. Just because something is vegan does not mean it was made ethically or is environmentally friendly. Lots of fast fashion is vegan. To put it simply, pleather, aka plastic leather, has been purposely rebranded as vegan leather. It's such a marketing scheme. Oh my gosh, like, okay, let's buy, like, we were selling like plastic leather anyways for nothing. Let's call it vegan leather and up the price to be this, because all these vegans will be like, oh, vegan leather. Now, it's not always this bad specifically. Like, some brands are much more environmentally cautious, like Matt and Nat. I have a like luggage carry-on bag by them. I have a purse. I have Black Heels, and their purse liners are made from 100% recycled water bottles. So it's not that like every brand is giving you this plastic crap, but oftentimes 9 times out of 10, they are. So I felt sort of stuck because for the last year I had been choosing not to purchase secondhand leather. When I wanted an article that mimicked leather, I would just purchase vegan leather, and usually that would be Matt and Nat. Someone somewhere like posted something and it was like, just because you are, you know, buying vegan leather, it doesn't mean that you're doing any good for the environment. And I was like, oh. So now I felt torn. I was like, is this the best environmentally friendly option? So here are my final thoughts. And I hope these help you, but then again, please also remember that we lead different lifestyles, we make a different amount of money. It's not always, what works for me is not always going to be what works for everybody else. I've just made some notes on my phone. I just want to read them so I don't forget anything. So purchasing secondhand leather should be your first action. So this is a material that will eventually decompose. You are not contributing to animal agriculture, and you are ensuring that an animal's life is not wasted. So anytime you thrift, you are keeping something out of the landfill and you're doing something great for the environment. I personally am not going to buy like a secondhand leather jacket. I mean, this could change. I don't know. When I think that it is okay to purchase vegan leather is when it comes to shoes. Because shoes are something that I wear every single day, that I want a comfortable pair, that I need them to be strong, I need them to last a long time. Let me put it this way. When you are going to buy a piece of vegan leather, make sure that it is timeless. You don't want it to be out of style in a month. Make sure that you really truly need it, because you don't want to be donating that within a week, a month, a year. You pretty much want to wear it to the bone until you need a brand new one. People are going to disagree with me, and I have come to terms with that. But I need you guys to know, because like, this is your journey, this is my journey, everybody's journey is going to be different. This is just what I've kind of come to terms with and what I've decided to do. So the first course of action is I'm going to try to thrift that leather product. If I cannot find it secondhand, if I can't thrift it and I want to buy a vegan leather product, I need to know that that is going to stay in my life for a long time. I'm not just going to go and buy something because it's popular. I have a thrift list. I'd like to do a video on this eventually, but basically anytime I want something, I add it to my thrift list. And I try to thrift it for about a month, and after that month, 30 days, if I cannot find that in a thrift store, and I have truly tried to find it, like I've looked in every thrift store, I've tried and tried, that's usually when I will allow myself to buy something brand new. So like I said with the whole winter clothing thing, I tried for months and months and months to find winter clothing, and I couldn't. And that is when I went and bought something new. You're still doing something great for the environment. You're still trying to thrift. I did get a couple sweaters from thrift stores, so I didn't have to go out and buy a bunch of brand new sweaters. Normally when I put things on my list for that 30 days, by the end of the 30 days, I find that I end up not wanting them anymore. And that is a great way to shop, let me tell you. I think for a really long time, like I said, I was just like living my life for other people and how other people wanted me to live my life. And I felt like when I bought something new, I felt really guilty. I think at the end of the day, we all need to make conscious decisions to put our best foot forward. Everyday kind of decisions that we make, that we need to make more mindful with the environment and animals in mind. I shop sustainable a lot, but it gets very expensive. A lot of the things that I have bought have been, you know, over the $100 price range. So I know that it's expensive, and I know that like you can't just listen to a YouTuber sit here and tell you, okay, go shop sustainably. It's not the most affordable thing. So, you know, where I make up for that is, yes, I do invest in pieces that I know will be in my wardrobe for a long time, spell dresses that I know I can pass down to my children. I invest in those pieces, and all of the other kind of like regular things. I want a jean jacket, I want a brown sweater, I want this. I will try to thrift, and when I can't thrift, that is only when I will allow myself to buy it new. So yeah, that is pretty much the sum up of everything that I wanted to say. My whole sole purpose was that you will feel inspired, maybe even a little bit relieved, that you won't feel like this journey is as hard as you thought. This journey is yours. It's not going to be the same as someone else's. There is no black and white book that is going to tell you, you need to do this, this, because everybody's life is completely different. Know that what you are doing is important. Know that what you are doing is valued. That is how I want to inspire you guys, because when someone comes and says, hey Tasha, like that's so cool, you haven't eaten meat in 3 years. Wow, great for you. Guess what? I'm going to be like, yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to keep doing that. You know what I mean? I mean, nothing would ever bring me back to eating meat, but you are more likely to keep going if someone is like encouraging you. So that's pretty much today's video. I feel good. I feel like I got like a lot off my chest. I feel like I hopefully explained a lot, and I hope that maybe I inspired even just one of you. That would make this video so worth it. So thank you guys for hanging out today. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you guys would like me to do more chit-chatty videos, please let me know. I feel like when I end this video, I'm going to probably forget to have said something, but that's fine. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see ya in the next video. Bye guys!